you ever left a comment on a video or a website and wondered, is the author actually going to look at this? Or do they even care? Yeah, I've had that question myself. Quite frankly, I attempt to respond to every comment left on my videos. Now, when Google Translate fails me, if the comment's not in English, or if the comment really doesn't make a lot of sense, I can't give a great response. But I love the interaction. You guys have been amazing with great questions and wonderful interaction. I don't expect that my viewers get to see every comment and every question and bother to read through the answers that I put. So I asked my office manager, Mauricio, to pick out some random questions and read them, and I'm going to give some responses live on video. Without any further ado, Mauricio, take it away.
All right, first question is, isn't it good to leave some wax in the ear canal as opposed to having it shiny and squeaky clean?
Yes, it is absolutely a good thing to leave a little bit of wax in the ear canal. You'll notice when we do the videos that there's generally kind of an oily residue left on the skin. That oily residue is what's going to help to catch that dirt, debris, and other crud that gets into the ear canal. We don't want stuff getting all the way down to the eardrum, and we really want to use the natural insecticide qualities of earwax in case a little creepy critter gets in there. It is a great thing to leave a little bit of earwax, and again, we try not to scrape everything off the sides of the ear canal wall because we do want to leave at least a little bit in there.
Next one, is it possible to trim the ear hairs? I would think they would make the ear canal itchy.
It is possible to trim your ear hair. How you would do that is by using one of the ear and nose hair trimmers. Please make sure that the hair is not falling down the ear canal. If the hair falls down the ear canal, it tends to get wrapped up in earwax and builds kind of like a bird's nest, and that can cause a severe impaction of hair, wax, dead skin, and other debris. So you really want to make sure that that hair is, when it's being trimmed, is coming out of the ear canal. Also, I have had patients tell me that they've had their ear canal hair waxed. I have never tried this. I am not recommending it, but it is something that's out there. Do your own research, please.
Just do voiceovers because those eyes are freaky.
I love this comment. Yes, my eyes do tend to occasionally look in different directions, especially when I'm more tired. I have varied fields of vision between my right and left eye, so sometimes picking a focal point, I'm not great at. My buddy Crazy Eyes from Mr. Deeds, he's the man. What can I say? And yeah, I know sometimes with the wax removal videos, it doesn't look like I'm looking directly at the camera. That's because when I have this set up right below the camera, I actually have the earwax removal being played so I can accurately describe what's going on the screen.
Next one. Why is all the wax you take out this dark orange color almost all the time?
So the wax that we take out is really dark in color a lot of times, and that's because you guys don't see all of the wax removals that we do. The majority of them are just light yellow wax, very little, nothing major. They don't make for very good videos. So the ones that we're giving you are the ones that the wax has been in there a while. It's really hard. Maybe the patient dug in there with a Q-tip or the end of a bobby pin and caused a little trauma to the ear canal wall, which caused some irritation. All that stuff goes on. The longer that wax has been in the ear canal, the darker in coloration it generally gets. So a lot of times what you're seeing are our wax removals where there was a lot in there. We're not showing you all of them. If I had to show you all the wax removals I did, well, you'd spend all day watching my channel, which would be awesome for me. However, it would kind of get boring because some of the wax removals are very basic and simple.
Next question. Would olive oil be better than eardrops? I have heard that sometimes eardrops can enlarge the wax.
So when we use the eardrops, specifically Debrox, what it's doing is it's actually hydrating and softening the wax, making it easier to come out. That's why when you buy the Debrox kits, they actually give you a little ball syringe to help to use a flush in the ear. Olive oil is another option that you can use to help to soften wax. A lot of doctors will recommend that. Personally, I've found that the Debrox is just as effective, if not more effective, so I would just recommend staying with the ear drops at this point.
Is there such thing as an eargasm?
I love this one. Is there such things as an eargasm? Quite frankly, I had never even heard of that before. I ended up Googling it. Yes, I Googled it at work, so I'm sure my browser history, I'm sure that made that a bit weird. But apparently it is a real thing. I have never experienced it. I've never had anyone in my office experience it. So I will say that there is such a thing, at least according to the internet, but it's not something I've ever experienced or had anyone experience in my presence.
All right, next thing. There is no point in testing your hearing when hearing aids are so expensive and insurance doesn't cover it.
That's a great comment. So let's separate a few myths. First of all, just because you have your hearing tested does not mean you need hearing aids. There are a lot of reasons to have your hearing tested. You may have comorbidities such as diabetes, hypertension, high blood pressure. Those different things can actually cause hearing loss. You need to have your hearing monitored. Healthy People 2030 was a report put out by the government that basically outlines different health aspects that we should focus on in the next 10 years. It was written in 2020. There were 5 goals associated with ears, hearing, and balance. That is a ton. One of the goals is that adults age 18 and over, yeah, I said 18 and over, not 65 and older, should be having their hearing tested at least once every 5 years, even if they don't think there's a problem. Just because you're gonna get your hearing tested does not mean that you need hearing aids. If you do need hearing aids, especially if you're younger and actively employed, many insurance companies actually do pay a portion, if not the total sum of the cost of hearing aids. We've done other videos about the OTC markets and things like that. Those are out there as well, but again, if you don't have the right type of hearing loss, they're not going to be very effective. Make sure that your hearing healthcare provider is taking the time to check your insurance benefits to see if you do have a benefit and make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck.
Next question. Do hormones affect earwax production?
Do hormones affect earwax production? I don't know of any studies that either confirm or refute this. I would think hormones have a lot to do with everything in your body, so at some level there probably is some connection. What that connection is, I really do not know. The underlying cause of the earwax is less important than the management of it, at least by the time you're coming to see me in my office.
Next question. Can TMJ cause tinnitus?
Can TMJ cause tinnitus? TMJ can definitely affect your ears. The muscles of your jaw actually are run near your ear themselves, so they can cause the feeling of fullness, pressure, and even sometimes pain within the ear itself. TMJ has been linked to fluctuations in tinnitus, not necessarily the overall production. This could be for a lot of different reasons, but I don't believe that TMJ causes tinnitus. I think if you have tinnitus and you have TMJ, the TMJ can affect it, make it more intense certain times compared to other times.
Last question. I very rarely see you use the suction device. Why?
This is a question we get all the time. Why didn't we use suction? Quite frankly, it's just not my favorite method of wax removal. I've had suction done personally. When it happened, it's very loud and I found it very uncomfortable. It was very effective. A lot of my patients come to see us because they've had suction done in the past and they want to go back to the manual tools. It's quieter, the discomfort is minimal, and it's very similar in discomfort to what suction can be. Now, when patients have very moist earwax or it's very kind of gooey, I do always have the conversation with them about the difference between suction and irrigation if we're going to use irrigation. There are times where we just refer people out to someone who specializes and does a lot with suction of earwax. So it is something that I completely recognize is a very valid and amazingly effective method for wax removal. It's just not my personal favorite. Mauricio, thanks for taking the time to read these questions. Let me know in the comment section if you want to hear more of these questions as they come up. Also, if there's any questions that you didn't hear that you'd like answered, put them down in the comment section. This has been You Heard It Here with Dr. Gary. Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next video.